You are, it seems, a man of many skills. A rare combination.
Approximately, how much do you make a week?
What's poppin'? I hope you're having a blessed weekend. I wanted to come in and drop a video of my top 3 favorite investments of 2020. I'm going to try to make it short here, but I'm going to do a little bit of chart analysis in between so you guys get an understanding of kind of like why did I choose these stocks? Like what did I see? So we're going to start off with Tesla. Tesla was like one of the very first stocks that I actually invested in. So at the beginning of 2020, I was holding like Canopy Growth Corporation and Disney. Those were like the 2 companies I was holding. And I had like a small amount of money in there. And I also had some money saved up in a TFSA that I was going to use for a house. My plan was I'm just going to save this money for a house, right? And basically what happened was the pandemic hit and I seen the markets were crashing. So I was like, holy crap, this is crazy. Like I've really never seen like a market crash before, right? And I've done a bunch of research on market crashes and I was doing a lot of technical analysis learning at the time. And at the bottom of March, I was like, you know what? I'm going to transfer all that money that I had saved up for the house and I'm going to put it into the markets because I realized that like this opportunity is not going to come around for a very long time again. So the way I thought of it was, you know what? Take the risk, have a longer outlook on these trades, and I think you'll be good, right? So little did I know, I had no idea. At the bottom of March, it was terrifying. Like I was honestly scared. I remember being nervous putting money in the market, but I remember having the mindset and thinking, this is for my future. Like this is long term. Like you don't need this money. So that's what I was thinking at the time. And then before you know it, now I'm just trading all the money and it's been paying out so well. So I started off with Tesla, bottom of March. I looked at this chart and I was like, wow, if there's any time to get a discount on this stock, it's now. So I bought 2 shares of Tesla and they averaged out to $420. It was like $420. So that's what it happened to average out at. Those were my two shares. That's it. And I was like, whatever, this could hopefully pay off. Little did I know. So what happened was it went parabolic and then split news came out, which is insane. I was geeking out when I heard about this split news. So essentially the split news came out. I was holding shares at 420 and it went up like almost 600%, right? So once the split happened though, it turned my 2 shares and it multiplied it by 5. So I had 10 shares of Tesla after the split. And it was on the way down. I think I sold it somewhere on this candlestick. But it was like a 550% trade. I sold 8 of the 10 shares of Tesla. So I had 2, it turned it to 10, and then I sold 8 for a 550% gain from what I had since like from March, right? And my plan was to just hold those 2 shares of Tesla that I originally had. So just in case it ended up going higher, I would still reap benefit. I didn't want to just like, I still wanted my foot in the door. I didn't want to just like take all the shares, you know what I mean? Like I still seen a little bit of opportunity. And then what happened, and then it just kept going. Like this stock's an absolute beast. And then it kept going. It's probably going to do for a pullback anytime soon now. But like in the meantime, I'm going to be taking up all the gains. So I ended up selling 8 of the 10 shares and then I'm holding 2 and they're worth like $97 a share now, the 2 that I'm holding. And basically, yeah, it's a fat trade. Like it turned up, it's in shares, it's almost around 800% or something like that, which is I'm very proud of. Like to be honest, like finding this opportunity is hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's scary to invest at the very bottom, like in the market crash. And I'm very glad that like I took that lesson to learn. And now that I've learned from it, if I see this happening again, your boys are gonna be rich. So honestly, like this was a huge lesson for me and I'm so happy about it. That's the first investment and it definitely deserves a spot in the top 3 for my favorites of last year. The second one's Galaxy, GLXY. And a good friend of mine, Eric, brought this stock up to me in a group chat with some buddies. And yes, this is where he showed it right here. He brought up this stock to me like right around here. And what I noticed is that there was a cup and handle pattern, right? So I noticed the cup and handle pattern and I thought, okay, this is the way this pattern is supposed to play out. Is it's supposed to be a continuation pattern. So as you see, it made a large move to the upside and then it consolidated in a cup and handle formation. So after this happened, I was like, okay, this is my signal. Like if it is gonna go higher, I want to get in now. So I got a bunch of shares, and it was probably like one of my biggest holdings at the time. Then what happened was it ended up really going, and and I'm still holding it, and it's really paying off well now, because like I think my average is around like $5, because I bought in again once I seen it go up here, and I think my average is like 520 or something like that. But right now it's currently like 100% trade, which is nice, man. Like it's a sweet opportunity, and this is all just for me, like using my technical analysis that like skills that I gained, and I'm just finding opportunities in the market. That's all I'm doing. So, and that one paid off extremely well, as you could see. And I'm planning on holding this one for the rest of 2021 because crypto is absolutely popping off. So this was kind of like my play to get some exposure in Bitcoin, because I don't actually hold Bitcoin, but this company, Galaxy, they invest in Bitcoin, and they're a crypto investment firm. So because they're holding Bitcoin and all of their other investments, that adds to the reason to why their stock's going up. So the way I thought of it was, hey, I'm going to get exposure into this industry by investing in Galaxy, and it's been paying off well. So the third last investment that I made last year, this one was at the end of the year too, was on Lemonade. This stock's a beauty. Now, when I first looked at this stock, I seen it here, and I made 2 trades on this stock. The 2 trades that I made, actually made 3. I lied. I bought shares at like $64 a share, and I just held them. I was like, I ended up selling them, and I'll explain. But I bought shares, and I made 2 option plays. So the first option play I made was when I noticed this spot here. I seen higher lows being made in the chart, and it was rejecting this upper trend line here. So the stock came up, rejected, but it was making higher lows. That's a signal for me. This is what I consider a golden setup, in my opinion. Like this right there told me, all right, this guy's ready to go. This little triangle here was telling me this guy wants to go crazy. So basically what I did is something like that. That triangle looks something like that. I got options contracts at like 45 cents a contract. I bought 10. So I got 10 contracts at 45 cents each. And then on this move upward, I ended up selling. It was like a 19% move upward, or 16. I sold it on like literally 2 days later. And the 16% move upward gave me a 1000% option trade. So I sold 8 of the 10 contracts in that options trade for like $350, and then I sold the other 2 for $570, and that was like the 1200% trade. So like I ended up turning like $90 into over 1,000, which is insane. I was like so gassed over that. And then what happened was, after that move, it crashed down, and then it wanted to back test this trend line here. And I noticed that when it was testing the trend line, it started to give me it started to reject the sellers, which is a signal. So I seen that signal, and I bought more contracts. And I bought a few, I forget how much I bought. I bought like 3 contracts at like $1 something. I'll have to put it up on the screen. But then I ended up selling them for somewhere around like 20. And that ended up being another 1000% trade. It was nuts. So those are my 3 favorite investments of 2020. And they all came from chart analysis, believe it or not. Like Tesla, sure, just happened to be a great opportunity at the bottom of the Corona crash, which is nuts. I can't believe I dumped all my money at the very bottom of a market crash. Oh, let's go. Like your boy's fired up. Like that was amazing. I love that. And I don't think that's ever going to happen again. Like that situation will probably never happen again. So I am super happy about it, and I thought I'd share this with you guys, because majority of this stuff, like majority of the plays I made, actually all of the plays I made come from chart analysis, being able to identify opportunities in the market by using the technicals. And if you could do that, you make money. So my plan is to show you guys even more throughout 2021, just more opportunities, and I'm gonna try to keep them coming and coming. Because honestly, like, why use a financial advisor? Like, why spend money paying fees when you could teach yourself 2 weeks, take 2 weeks time to study on some technicals, and then make investments yourself? There's nothing more rewarding than creating a second income for yourself. I thought I would share that with you guys, and I hope you have a blessed weekend. Cheers. I'm currently drinking some. I'm about to dummy it. Strawberry peach Tropicana. Let's go. Easy, guys.